Hi there, Debbie Nigro, Chief Executive Girlfriend, FirstWivesWorld.com. The day somebody actually moves out of the house, or the day somebody does not come home anymore. Two scenarios. We're going to talk to it with somebody who knows better. Amy J. L. Baker, the Director of Research for the Vincent J. Fontana Center for Child Protection and New York Foundling. Thanks so much for being here today. Really nice to have you.
Thank you.
This is emotion at its height. The day daddy moves out, the day mommy moves out with you, with them, or not.
Yep.
There's also the scenario of the day that somebody decides they're not coming home anymore, mommy or daddy.
Yep.
So let's break it apart, because there's two very definite scenarios.
Right.
The day somebody has to move out is, describe it.
A very, very tough day for the parents and for the kids. It's a very emotionally ridden day, and the most important thing, the ideal is when the parents can really sit down with the kids in advance and give them as much preparation as possible about how their lives are going to change and how their lives aren't going to change, and to reassure the kids that the parents both love them and are still going to be involved in their lives and are not divorcing them, and it's not their fault. These are all the big points to make to the kids.
Let's take it to a physical moment. Sometimes it's better if you don't make a scene bigger than necessary. So would you suggest that once everybody knew the day was coming, that maybe it wasn't like a stand there and watch them walk out the door, that they sort of slipped out unnoticed or slipped out at a different time when it wasn't obvious while the kids were at school? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Really, you have to know your own children
Yeah.
and what kind of preparation they like. Some children probably would want to be there so that they could sort of see what's happening. Other children, it might work better. If your children are old enough, if they're teenagers, you could even ask them, what would be easier for you? How would you feel if Daddy moved out while you were at school, or would you want to take the day off from school and be home? I don't think there's any real hard and fast rules except to be the grown-up, to not put your emotional needs on the children, and to involve the children when you can.
How about, is it okay, go help daddy set up his new house? Or go help mommy set up their new house?
Absolutely. They should
that's
know
sort of
where.
inclusive, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They should know when they're going to see that parent next. There should be no real secrets and surprises as much as possible.
Person walks out the door or they're gone. Is there, there's a grieving process in a way. You call it grieving? You call it
their life is changing.
readjusting?
Their life, as they know it, is changing, and change is loss. Even good change is hard, and this is not necessarily a good change.
minus a plate at the dinner table if you're one of those families who actually still sits down together. Stuff out of the bathroom. I mean, is there some new way of arranging stuff? Is it so glaring that day?
I think the most important thing is to be responsive to your children's needs, to know your own children, and to not put your emotional needs on them. Don't look to your children to comfort you. Don't confide
And don't put party
in them.
hats on them. That's bad.
Yeah, don't pretend that this is
Sometimes.
something it's not. It's right.
Right.
It's not a celebration. Even if you think it's what's
Even
right.
if you have those
it's
party hats
still-
and kazoos yourself, that's not going to work. Let's talk about a serious, very unfortunate topic. Sometimes a parent leaves, splits, hasta luego, they're gone, and you don't know they're not coming back. How do you explain that to your child?
Well, I would say that the same rule of thumb would apply. You should imagine that parent is sitting next to you and present a united front. You can still say to your children, Mommy and Daddy have decided that this family will be a happier family if we live in two homes.
No matter how bizarre the moment is, even if you're shocked that this is happening,
Well, you process your shock and awe,
Separately.
somewhere else,
Yeah.
and then talk to your children and tell them, I don't really know everything that's going on, but when I know, I'll let you know. Right now, Daddy needs to take this time, but he still loves you. This is a prime opportunity for parents, unfortunately, to use their children to maybe seek revenge. If you're mad that Dad took off, maybe he had an affair, maybe he used the money, maybe he disappointed you. It would be very tempting under these circumstances to bring the children into your side, to involve them in this and have them feel sorry for you, or look to your children to console you. don't do it.
You're asking the adults to act like adults.
Be the grown-up, be the parent. Your children still love that other parent, even if you are really, really mad at them and hurt. Your children don't need to know that.
Okay, I think you got the answer to the question, what you do on that day, even if it hadn't been planned on. Thank you very, very much. Amy J.L. Baker, if you want to look her up, her website is amyjlbaker.com. Thanks so much for being
you.
here today.